Happy 2026. I hope you're doing well. I thought I would start the video off as we are now into January. It's the 4th of Jan. New year, new things. I went to Brighton yesterday to see one of my best friends, and we went for afternoon tea. So I filmed some clips which I'll play in a second. It was really nice. It was like the perfect weather for Brighton. Super sunny. It was very cold, but it wasn't too windy. So we had afternoon tea in the Hilton. Wouldn't say it was my favourite afternoon tea. It kind of felt like it had been left out. Like the bread was a bit stale, but in terms of like the spread of food, there were good options, so that's always a plus. So we did that, and then we went for a walk along the seafront and went to the pier, played in the arcade, and just had a big catch up, which was so nice. One of my friends is going to Asia for like 5 months and then is moving across the world for like 2 years, so a big catch up was needed. But that was really nice, so I will play the clips of that. Which just was like the best day ever, so fun. And today is Sunday, I go back to work tomorrow, so today I've been having a bit of a refresh and I have been taking down all of the Christmas decorations ready for the new year. The other day I made my New Year's goals and started to make my vision board, and I've learnt about vision board journaling and I want to make one, so I'm going to sit for a bit and sort out my photos that I put on my vision board and get them printed. I'll probably use something like free prints, and then I can get started, because I say get started like I'll be able to do anything today. I'll be able to order the photos today and then I can get going. But I bought some things the other day which I think I took video clips of so I can overlay them, but one of them was this. The other thing was a pair of pyjamas, and I'm thinking this notebook will be perfect for my vision board journal. The other thing that I was going to say before I leave you, what will follow is me going to see the Hunger Games. Next week I'm going to see the Hunger Games on stage. That was my birthday present, which I would have told you about in last month's video. For my birthday, my boyfriend Tom got me tickets to go see the Hunger Games on stage, and I can't wait, and it's next weekend. So next weekend we're going into London and we're gonna go watch the show, and I literally could not be more excited. I'm so excited. So I'll film clips of that and obviously put that in. You'll probably next hear from me when I'm letting you know what I thought of the show, but I thought I would preface that so that you know what's going on. Man, that was good. I just had the best time. So if you've seen my last video, you will have seen that my tickets to see the Hunger Games were a birthday present from my boyfriend, and it just was the best. So the theatre is in Canary Wharf, which I've never been to before. I really like it. I was saying it feels like the most city part of London. It feels very like it could be in New York or something. We arrived, and as soon as they scanned our ticket at the door, it beeped weird and we got sent to box office, and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird, but you know, that's fine. I was like, maybe they just need to do like a check or something. So we went to box office, and the woman looked at our tickets and said, oh, you have a upgrade. She was like, yeah, so you'll be front row of District 1. I was like, sorry, front row at a London show. And the actual theatre was really beautiful as well. Yeah, really nice atmosphere. There was like photo opportunities, and then when you walked into the theatre, it just like the whole auditorium was just so cool. It just was so good. So we got right to the front, and like I mean, they didn't say we were front row, they were just like, you're row A of District 1, so we presumed that we were the front row, but we weren't sure. And then when we got there, we were like, oh my god, we're literally right at the front. Like there was, yeah, it was literally us and then the barrier. It was so cool. We actually had a look at the price of the tickets afterwards, and they were like £250 tickets. So we got like upgraded to £250 seats. That is actually insane. I could never spend that much on a theatre ticket, I don't think. Like I think especially with that show, like regardless of where you sat, you would have had a really good view. They did such a good job at incorporating everyone without, maybe if you don't want spoilers, maybe just skip forward, but I want to talk a bit about the technical stuff, because I love a technical show. I've sung my praises about the Back to the Future the musical. Love that for the technical aspects, really good. This again, the technical aspect of the show is what makes it the show, I think. Like the acting was good, but people's accents did drop out every now and then. And I take people's point of, they have some like, they're not really musical numbers, but they're a bit more like interpretive dancey kind of, it's experimental, which I really enjoyed it. And like the accents dropping out, like I can't hold an accent to save my life, so like that doesn't, you know, I'm not judging you on your acting because I can't act. But I understand why people didn't love it as much as they were expecting to, and why there's been such a bizarre like weighting of the reviews. Like people either really love it or really don't like it, and I can see why people wouldn't like it. I personally really loved it. I love physical theatre, I love circus, anything that just is a bit more than just acting. The thing that makes the show are the stunts, and oh my god, they're so impressive. Like we have arrows being shot, like an actual arrow being shot in the auditorium. They had some, I don't know how they did it, but like fake arrows that would then like hit. So you know in the film when Katniss shoots the apple at the pig's mouth in the like training, they did that. I blinked and I couldn't work out how they did it. There was a lot of kind of that like sleight of hand almost. It was a bit like magic, honestly. So there was a lot of that. In the training scene, they had a net that descended from the sky and like characters climbed up it. You had characters fighting down the walls and across the balconies. You had the actors going into the audience and like walking up the steps. It just was like, you never knew where people were coming from. We had a slide next to us, so like you had tributes sliding down the slide and then whizzing past you. Also Districts 1 and I think it's Districts 2, which are, you will have seen that the auditorium was an oval, so the districts at either end of the oval, you were told a bit like Starlight Express. You're not allowed to leave during the performance, and you have to say sat down. Yeah, like if you need anything you have to put your hand up. But they said that you couldn't move because they move. Your seats move. So the block that your seat is in splits in half and moves. So like if this is the auditorium, the block here was kind of like it would move round, and so all of the seats would be in a row and you'd have a big rectangle in the centre. So for the chariot scene, the training scene, ones where they need a bit more room, they would do that. The chariot scene and like their clothes being on fire, the special effects for that was amazing. The special effects for Peter when he like paints himself into the rock, amazing. I really appreciated that they actually had blood on the stage, so they had like little pouches that they would squeeze and the blood would kind of go all over them. I really appreciated that. It was a very messy show in like lots of fake blood. I just thought it was like really technically well done and so creative. I loved it. Yeah, that was that. I just like had the best time ever. It was such a fun show. My next show that I'm desperate to see is the Stranger Things, The Last Shadow. First Shadow? Last Shadow? I should probably know. And this weekend has been very chill, which is why I thought I would come on now and give you that update. We've not done loads. We have just kind of had a mooch around town. We had a deca date, quintuplet date, whatever you want to call it. So the 5 of us that went to Disneyland, so me and my girlfriends, all invited our boyfriends over, and we had like a double date but times 5. So we had board games night last night and drinks, and just like it was really fun seeing everyone like mixing and getting to know each other, because I've not met all of my friends' boyfriends yet, because we're just so like spread out now, that we just hadn't like made the time to like, yeah, get everyone together and meet everyone. Good evening. I hope you are doing well. It is the 23rd of January. It is a Friday. What I'm spending my evening doing is making my vision journal. The idea is you get a book and then you print out all of the photos that you would normally put on your vision board. You stick in all of the photos and you maybe write around them too. If you want to get more specific, you could write about like the kind of life that you want to lead that year, whatever you want to put in. And as the year goes on, you keep filling it out. So it's not just like a vision board where you do it in January and then it's over and done with. You keep referring back to this and you keep updating it. And so the idea is that come the end of the year, you will have this big book full of lovely achievements. Yes, that is what I'm spending my time doing. And like I said, I'm also catching up on Traitors because the finale is tonight and I am an episode behind. So I need to catch up. So I'm going to have that on the TV while I get started with this. So first things first, I need to cut these out. And then maybe I'll check back in with you once I've started to put things into place. It took me like an hour. That feels like way longer than it should have considering what I've done, but I'll show you the book. Oh, you can kind of see it's pretty sparkly. So first page, 2026 is my year. But I'm going to jazz this up now. I'm going to add, I've got lots of washi tape, I've got stickers, coloured pens, all of that. So I'm going to add some like writing and get more specific with the goals and yeah, just decorate it and make it look pretty. But I'm going to do that while finishing the semi-final of Traitors in the hope that I'll be ready for the final, because the final starts in 40 minutes and I have, how much do I have left? I can do it. I've only got 25 minutes left, so I need to go make my dinner and then get locked in. I'm so ready. Hey, it is almost the end of January, so I think I probably will film some stuff on Saturday depending on what I get up to. But I wanted to jump on because last time I spoke to you about my vision journal, but I don't think I actually showed you the finished thing, so I thought I could do like a quick flick through. This is just the like start page, and then we have my like hobby page, things that I want to do hobby wise. Then we have kind of another hobbies page. This is like my reading page and my sewing page. Then we have my fitness page, so I think I said I do pole fitness, so these are some moves that I want to learn. This is the move that I want to learn, this is the move that I'm trying to improve on. And then I really want to do a photo shoot this year because they offer photo shoots in my studio and they look like that, they look sick. Like normally my photos are just like me in the studio and then you can see everyone behind me, and like normally because I've taken them on my phone they're not very good quality, so I would love a professional photo. Then I've got a page about my YouTube because I want to post more and film more. Then we have a page where it's literally just don't overthink stuff because I'm a big overthinker. Another hobbies page, I want to do more like board games, jigsaws, but also like board game nights with like friends. So like more like social hobbies. Then manifesting Sabrina Carpenter tour, and then I want to go to some more live shows, so I've just listed a couple here. And then here are some like staycation ideas of places that I want to go to. So yeah, that is kind of a very quick overview of some of the things that's in there. And as I said, the idea is that you then go and keep adding to it throughout the year. So I've already been to the Hunger Games, obviously we've seen that, so that can go in the book because that's going towards my goal of going to see more live theatre. Then I think I also said that I was watching Traitors, very happy with the results. That was a fun finale. I felt like it was quite predictable. It like nothing will ever live up to the Molly and Harry finale that we had like a couple years ago. That was so good, but I still enjoyed. Reading wise, I have been listening to The Handmaid's Tale as my audiobook of choice for the month of January, and I finished that last weekend. Really enjoyed that. Kind of scary how it draws quite a lot of parallels with real life right now. Not loving that. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I love a story about like a dystopian future. I thought it, like everyone said it was really sad, which is also why I've kind of been putting it off for so long. It was sad, but it wasn't as like harrowing as I was expecting to be. I actually think, like from my perspective, I found it kind of empowering because it's quite a feminist book. Despite everything that happens, there's that message of quiet rebellion, like feminist groups still peeking through despite like big totalitarian governments. Also just that like hope and the light at the end of the tunnel, that even if it's a really dark and really long tunnel, there's still a light at the end. And so I actually found it quite an inspiring book. So yeah, I really enjoyed listening to that. So I was listening to that on my commute into work, which cheery. And I've been reading the 5th ACOTAR book. I've had to take a break. I never thought I would say this, but it's kind of boring. I really loved all of them. I've loved all of them up to this point. This one has been really enjoyable to read, but dear God, why is it so long? I'm 500 pages in. I've made it to the start of part 3, I think. Literally nothing has happened. Like, there's been quite a lot of character growth with one of the main characters, but like, come on. I had to take a break because I was like, this is going to put me in a reading slump. So now my new audiobook I'm listening to is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I started it yesterday and I'm already a quarter of the way through. I'm literally loving it. It's so good. It's all I've thought about for the last 2 days. And then as my physical book that I'm reading to replace the 5th ACOTAR book for now is 1984. I read The Hunger Games in school and everyone else read 1984. So my class, we did The Hunger Games. Hey, I'm not complaining because you know how much I love The Hunger Games. But everyone else did 1984 and I always thought it sounded really interesting. And I want to go see a play of it in March. And so I'm trying to read the book before I go see the play. Good morning, good morning. It is Saturday and the last day of January. I have been into town with my parents and we've gone for coffee, which was really nice. I had like the most chocolatey breakfast you could ever have, which was a giant slab of chocolate cake and the hot chocolate. So it's been a good morning. Then I have just driven to the garden centre because me and Tom have our anniversary next week, and he has asked for a plant, so I have come to the garden centre to find him a plant. We're not doing big presents this year because we're doing 4 dates for 4 years. That's my seatbelt. It will be an expensive weekend, so that's why we're not really doing presents, because we're spending money on spending time together. So yeah, but I still wanted to get him something and he said he would like a plant, so that is what I have come to find. Hopefully I'm successful. Tom, if you're watching, turn it off now because I'll probably film some clips of what I'm looking at. Okay, that was an immediate bust. Why? Firstly, so expensive. I knew this garden centre was kind of expensive, but like really expensive. And also, I thought maybe a terrarium would be cute. They had 2. So there's 3 other places I can think of that I can go to. So I'm going to go to the next garden centre first. The exact size I wanted for the exact price that I thought I should pay, not £30, because the one, I swear no, I think it was a bit bigger than this, the one that I saw in the other, oh my god, Gwen Stefani scared me, in the other garden centre. It's literally the same company, because the sticker, the like little green sticker on the top is the same. So they're made by the same brand. I will say it is still mostly moss, but there is a nice plant in there. But I guess the idea of doing terrariums is that you can propagate plants and then you can add new ones. So I think Tom will enjoy doing that because he loves plants and like he really wants to do gardening. So I think it will be the perfect present. I think he will love it. What a win. And I also visited the pet shop, or like it's like a fish shop that I used to always visit whenever I came to this garden centre as a kid. I didn't even know it still existed. It's still there and oh my god, it was amazing. It was amazing. The fish did make me jump though because I thought they like moved really quick and I thought like one was going to jump at me. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm going to go home now. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I got exactly what I wanted. It was like literally what I pictured for the price that I pictured. So yeah, very happy. I'm back. I've had some food and it is time to tackle my paint by numbers. Now, I can't remember if I spoke to you about my dilemma with the paint by numbers. This is the paint by numbers set, and each one of these is a canvas. Now, as you can see, they're rolled up. So the dilemma that I have is, obviously with a normal painting, it would be fixed round wooden dowels, a wooden frame, whatever you want to call it. This obviously isn't, and it's also a really awkward size. It's not a 4, it's not a 3, it's somewhere in between the 2, which is not overly helpful because it means that you couldn't even necessarily buy a normal size canvas and then just staple it to the back. I've had to get creative and have a think about how I'm going to get a bit of tension. So the solution to that problem is this giant piece of card. My plan is to glue or tape it to the bit of card because I want to put it in a frame anyway. I think that will look nicer, so I don't mind it not being perfect. I just need it to get to a certain size so that I can put it in a frame. Yes, that is the goal. So I'll take some clips of me trying to work out how to do it. I think I'm going to tape it, like try and duct tape it around the card, but first I need to actually cut the card out. Hello, I've just got back from the supermarket. I was doing a pizza and wine run because we're having pizza and we're going to watch Clueless tonight because my parents have never seen Clueless, and as it's like a third of my personality along with Mean Girls and Legally Blonde, I have to make them watch it. But I realised I forgot to show you. We went to IKEA and I got this. How cute! How cute. It's a vase, in case you couldn't tell. I was walking around the shop like this, and Dad said I looked like I had a Lego hand, which, yeah, he's correct. But it's so cute. Anyway, then went into Waterstones earlier and picked up this, half price, so it only cost me £5. Like, be so for real. That's insane. I feel like you never get anything that cheap in Waterstones. It is a create your own Jane Austen adventure, as it says on the cover. But it is one of those books where it's like turn to page 250. But I actually feel like it's going to be really fun. But yeah, I'm really excited to try this, so I will let you know what I think of it, but really cool. But that's it. Other than eating pizza and watching Clueless, that is it for January. I did mount, as I showed you, my paint by numbers onto cards so I can begin painting that, which is really exciting. And yeah, tomorrow I'm off to London, which I'm excited for, so that will come in February's video. But it's been a pleasure to spend January with you, and I hope you join me in February for my next monthly vlog. See you then.